Welcome everybody to Stranger Species, episode numero 15, number 15. Big 15. How you doing, babe?
Oh, good.
Good. I am your host, Mike Davis, here with Ethne Davis as always.
Howdy, howdy.
It's time to rock and roll.
It's time for fall. It's feeling very fall today.
Today was the first day, I would agree, that feels more like summer's on its way out.
Yeah. But yesterday we had a full-on 100% summer day. It was awesome.
Yesterday was very hot. Today definitely felt like witches and pumpkins and...
That's jumping a little too far.
No.
Just pumpkins.
Pumpkins.
So I was told by a friend that I had to tell the story of the first day of school. Because...
Many friends.
Well, yeah. And I was super embarrassed by it. And then they made me feel better about it. Like, they said, well, it's not anything that you did that's like your fault. So then that made me feel better, but I'm still embarrassed. And my husband really likes to tell everybody all of my embarrassing stories.
I haven't told anybody this story.
Not this one, but there are other ones.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Like
That's
published
true.
in books, So anyway, I will sum it up, or do you want to start?
I'll start.
Okay.
So the weekend before school started, we were out of town camping one last time. We came home from the river. We have at our home, we have a little flock of chickens, like domesticated, they give us eggs and stuff. And so we came home and there were 2 dead chickens. And we thought, uh-oh, that's not good. And we've had chickens die before, but they just kind of like go in the corner, curl up in a ball and die. These ones had definitely been... Well, there was one in the coop that was very eviscerated. And so, but then we still couldn't find another one. And then we found it on the roof of the coop, missing body parts and stuff. So we knew it was a predator, not just chickens dying of old age or whatever. So that was step one. And we thought, dang, we've never really had a predator. We were pretty sure it was a raccoon. We've had raccoons before. On both sides of our house are small forests, and we have a big, 100-pound lab, and normally she does a pretty dang good job scaring them all away. But she was with us camping. We thought, okay, well, that's no good. But now that she's back, we had her walk all over, get her scent back around there. We thought that would do the trick. So, next morning, first day of school. I always leave for work at about 6:50, 7 in the morning. I got up to go to work, and the kids are pumped. They are excited for the first day of school. They're already dressed. They've already got shoes on, brand new clothes. They're just looking the part. And so I sneak out to go to work. I want to check on the chickens really fast. So I go back to the coop in the run, and I open the door and I look and I count, and I can't find one. But I also can't find a body anywhere. And it was still kind of a hot mess from the 2 that had been killed the day before. So I couldn't quite tell what was going on, but I knew one was missing. So I ran back in the house real fast, and I told Ethne, hey, I'm not sure what exactly is happening. I got to go to work, but I think there's a chicken missing. So take over, Ethne.
Okay. So, of course, I go out. Well, I had previously to this, I was going to get in the shower, just get ready for the first day of school. And Mike was like, oh, probably don't want to jump in right now. I took a really long shower, so the water's kind of on its tail end. So I was like, oh, darn. Okay. So I'll put on my robe and I go downstairs to start helping the kids. So anyway, I'm in my robe and I'm investigating where this missing chicken had gone. So I went in the backyard and kind of tried to find a feather trail, yada, yada. Found a feather trail, followed it to the adjacent fence, and I look up and I see the chicken foot stuck in the slat of the fence. And I was
between 2 boards.
Between the 2 boards. And I was like, oh gosh. And raccoons are terrible. They don't actually really eat the chickens. It's like they're killing them for sport. So I open the gate and peek around to the other side, and yep, lo and behold, the chicken is hanging upside down. So I don't know what to do, like the cleanup process, whatever. It's garbage day the next day. So I wasn't terribly worried about that part. It was just more so we told Lincoln, and he is our go get her. He's the one that wanted to camp out all night and catch that raccoon. And he doesn't love the chickens, but he likes protecting his home. He's like, we tell him, he gets his airsoft. He has a big old airsoft rifle. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he gets the dog and he's like, I'm going to go out and find this.
He's 11.
Yeah, he's 11. He's like, I'm going to go out and find the raccoon. So I'm like, yeah, you go out there and I'm going to get in the shower. This has probably been a duration of 20 minutes after I originally wanted to get in the shower. So I thought it was a good time. So I'm like, again, about to get in the shower. And from my bathroom window, I can hear Lincoln, Mom, just freaking out. So it was kind of like a scared, but kind of excited. I couldn't tell. Anyway. So I put my robe back on. I go downstairs. He's like, Mom, I found the raccoon. It's like, are you kidding? I really didn't think he'd find it. So, I mean,
You never see him in the daytime.
Never. It's about 7:30. So sometimes like the owls that live in the other forest, you see them about that time. It's like kind of still darkish and they're still kind of out hunting. Anyway, so all the kids hear this. And so they stop what they're doing and we all kind of head out to this forest more so behind our neighbor's house. But anyway, we're out there. I'm in my robe. We're all in slip-on. I mean, anyway, it's great. So we find the raccoon. He's up in the tree about 15, 18 feet. And Lincoln's like, can I shoot it? And, airsofts look kind of real. So we already had a neighbor sitting on our porch that was like, and I kind of hollered at her and kind of let her know and explained what it was. And she went inside. So I was like, I mean, I guess, yeah, if you want to shoot, because he's like, I really want to shoot it. So I know an airsoft's not going to do anything to him, but I'm like, I guess just shoot it. I don't even know what the goal here was. So Lincoln shoots it. It doesn't like it. It goes around to the other.
He hits it.
Oh yeah, he hits it. He has a good shot. So goes around to the other side of the tree, right? Obviously the raccoon's climbing up the tree and on the other side. So then we're like, oh, we got to go to the other side of the tree to be able to shoot it again. So our littlest is 6 and he wanted to run down to the other side and be the first one to the other side of the tree to kind of, make sure he can scope out the raccoon. This is very exciting. And all of a sudden, as we're all kind of trudging down, it's like on a hill a little bit to the other side of the tree. I mean, he starts scream crying.
6-year-old.
Yeah, it was a horrifying sound. I couldn't quite figure out what was going on. I was like wondering I don't know if he'd like stepped in a trap. I had no idea. It was the worst sound ever. So I looked down at him and he is covered, and I do not know what breed, but wasps or hornets or something. He is covered in them and they are very angry. And he is kind of like, what's the word? Like frozen. Yeah. He is terrified. They're swarming all over his face. He's scream crying. He gets stung on his tongue and there's one in his glasses, like under his glasses. So he takes his glasses. I'm like, buddy, you got to come here. You're standing right on their house. Like, you've got to come to me. So then Vienna's freaking out. We're all starting to back away. So he comes over. The other big boys are worried about trying to keep eyes on the raccoon. So they're worried about that. And Oaksy is panicking. And I kid you not, they are like attacking, like embedded in his shorts and his hoodie and his bum. And he is screaming.
Well, the dog's...
Oh, the dog is also getting stung.
She's trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, the dog was getting stung. So I'm trying to help Oakland get his stuff off, like take it off. And he threw off his glasses and Vienna's getting stung. She's freaking out. So I start helping him, trying to literally help him pull his clothes off. And of course, then they get onto me and into my robe. So I am getting stung now on my left side, my left arms and my left side. Well, when I have wasps I don't know about you guys, but when you have wasps inside your robe, you take off your robe because you just keep getting stung if you don't. So needless to say, we are running from the forest. Oaks is scream crying. I'm like, I can't even believe this is happening. And I'm naked, running naked, holding my robe out in front of me, kind of to block my body from whoever might be a witness. And I'm shaking it, trying to get the wasps out of my robe, trying to also help Oakland get his clothes off. So he scream cried for 25 minutes, maybe more, could not calm down and would not go to school at this moment. And he couldn't stop. Vienna had stripped down. We had to leave all of our stuff in the garage. The bigger boys follow after us and they were just like, we lost the raccoon. It went too high. They were kind of bummed, but they're like, can we help? So in the scramble of running and screaming and nakedness, Oaks had left his glasses out in the woods, and my phone had dropped. I don't even know where it was. We had to run right back past the dead chicken. Vienna is taking off her clothes because she got stung 4 times. Oaksy got stung on his bum a couple times, his tongue, he had a really bad one on his hand. I mean, I got stung 4 or 5 times. This
is all about what, like 7:30 in the morning?
Oh yeah, this is all about 7:30 in the morning. It was the craziest morning of first day school ever. And so there were 0, like the first day of school pictures, everyone's holding the plaque. No, not one picture. The kids didn't even get to school on time. It was like just so much mayhem. But they did find the phone and the glasses and the pieces of clothing that had been thrown as we ran. So
do you have a lot of experience running naked through forest previous to that?
No.
Okay. Just checking. Just wondering.
So I was embarrassed by it, but now it's just funny. And
we had a friend text us that night saying, "Hey, watch out. I hear there's a
streaker in the neighborhood."
Yeah.
Well, now everyone's making fun of it, all the time. So I think I got over it. But anyway, there's the story of what happened last week. And I think it was too fresh last week for me to just, anyway. So here we are. We're good. We're all alive. Vienna still is the one who's had the most reaction to the stings. Like you can still actually see the little welts and they still hurt her every now and then. But luckily no one is allergic. So
no one's allergic.
All right. Here we go. We can keep going forward.
All righty.
All right.
Well, that's a fun story, I think. I'm sorry I missed it.
You are not sorry you missed it.
I was at work working.
I promise.
You're running naked through the woods.
Yeah. It's what you do.
I guess so.
When you're a mom of 4, I guess. I don't even know.
New first day of school tradition.
Yeah.
Naked streaking.
Okay.
Through the woods.
All right.
Awesome. So today's story is a little different than anyone we've ever covered before.
Okay. I feel like they're all different, so.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I've never been the same story twice.
Well, I don't mean. Okay.
No, just saying different kinds.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's a little more lighthearted.
Okay.
A little more goofy. It touches on a couple things that I'm really into, so I don't know if that's why I was more drawn to it. But hopefully it works out well. Again, welcome to anyone who's new. Every week we have lots and lots and lots of new people joining, or not even joining, but listening. So thank you. Welcome. As always, Ethniwa, do you know what we're talking about?
No.
She never does.
I never do.
So I like YouTube. I spend a lot of time on YouTube when I'm supposed to be working. And I really love 2 things. I love watching urban exploration videos.
I knew this. Mm-hmm.
And I love Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
I don't just like watching things about Disneyland because that kind of makes me feel sad that I'm not going. But I really like Disneyland. I like going to Disneyland. I know a lot of things about Disneyland. I don't do a lot of urban exploration. And by I don't do a lot, I mean I do none. But I really do like to watch people. And if you don't know what urban exploration is, it is people essentially breaking into abandoned buildings and recording them. And most of the people are very respectful. They're not trying to graffiti or they're not trying to break things.
They're just curious.
They're just curious.
Yep.
A lot of these old buildings are very historical. They're old hospitals, they're old factories. They have significance to the communities where they are. And so people like to go in and document them. So with those 2 things in mind, I came across a story where those 2 worlds collided.
Is there an abandoned Disneyland somewhere?
There are a few abandoned, well, not an abandoned Disneyland, but there are some abandoned Disney properties.
Oh, this is cool.
Yeah. And there are...
In the continental United States?
Correct.
Oh.
Yeah. So there's a lot of Disney. I mean, Disney is such a huge
corporation.
Yes, it is a huge corporation, but it also has such a huge, passionate fan base.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's a lot of people. Like, I like Disneyland a lot. I don't geek out like a lot of the people that. I mean, it goes way further than that too. I mean, people are just really, really into it. And so there are these YouTube videos out there of people like sneaking into restricted areas in the parks to try to film, behind the scenes things and stuff like that. But in Disney World, there actually is an abandoned, well, there's actually 2 or 3 abandoned, I'll call them parks. They're not full-size parks, but there's an old water park that is no longer in use, but it's still, physically there. And then there's an island, that's what we're going to talk about today, called Discovery Island. Have you ever heard of it?
I feel like I have. Do they have one at Disneyland too?
No. So
that's Tom Sawyer's Island or whatever?
Right.
Okay.
So Discovery Island is not in any of the parks. So I guess we'll take a step back here. If you're not familiar with Disney World, and I am no Disney World expert, Disneyland is much like any other amusement park. It is a isolated, amusement park with a gate around it, whatever. Disney World is like this giant, massive land with a bunch of parks there. Like, so it's essentially like Disney bought all of Central Florida. Not really all of it, but they bought this huge chunk of land in Central Florida years ago. And so they own all of these swamps and lakes and bayous, and they've built, the Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios and all these different parks there and all these big hotels. But it's not like you show up and like, oh, there it is. And you drive into it's like a city with various parks in it. So there's these lakes, and inside one of these lakes that Disney owns is an island. And back a while back, I don't know when it opened actually. It closed in 1999. I don't know actually when it opened, maybe in the 70s. It was called Discovery Island, and it was kind of like a zoo. They had animal exhibits out there, and you would have to boat out to Discovery Island and, spend a day or an afternoon or whatever, looking at the animals. But in 1999, that got shut down when Animal Kingdom, which is a big, big amusement park with roller coasters and all sorts of stuff, but also lots of live animal exhibits, opened. They thought, we don't need two of kind of the same thing. So it's that abandoned ever since then.
So about 24 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So there have been people who have gone out to Discovery Island. They've snuck out there. They filmed it.
I sure hope they're not swimming, because there's crocodiles in Florida.
There are no crocodiles in Florida, but there are a buttload of alligators in Florida.
Well, whatever. So no matter how many times I get told which one is there, I never remember. So it doesn't matter. But everyone knows what I'm talking about.
Correct. Big lizards that like to eat things like people.
Yeah, so they better not be dumb enough to swim to this island.
Okay. Well, what makes this story even better?
Oh gosh.
Is our star of this show is not only an urban explorer, but also like the craziest redneck from Alabama of all time.
Okay, perfect.
And he looks like he's straight off of the set of The Waterboy.
Okay.
If you remember that Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I do. So
anyways, he's like...
Just tell me, did he swim out there?
He did not, but
Good.
we'll talk a little bit about...
Okay.
Well,
I just want to know.
He does some swimming.
Okay.
We'll get there.
Oh, gosh.
There are a lot of alligators.
Yeah.
Like, it was really sad. A few years ago, a little 2-year-old got snatched right off the shore of one of Disney World's hotels.
One of the resorts, I know.
And got eaten by an alligator. So when we say there's alligators, it's not like, oh, there's every once in a while an alligator. There's legit alligators everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
And so he has a YouTube channel. Well, he explores abandoned places. And he also catches really big, freaky swamp animals.
Cool.
And he's going to merge those two together and
Okay.
Go to Disney World.
All right, let's do it.
Seems kind of strange. And so this is back in 2020. It's not very long ago.
Like 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And this gentleman we're talking about, his name is Richard McGuire.
Okay.
And like I said, he has a YouTube channel where he does all these things. And he is just, I mean, he is an eccentric swamp person. That's the best way to say it.
I like it. I like that.
And when you listen to him talk, you're just like, this episode's going to dive a little bit into humanity in general. And just, there's a wide spectrum of people in this world, man.
Okay.
So he decides that he wants to go and explore Discovery Island. But he has a little bit different reason for wanting to do it. And that is, he believes, I don't know why, but he believes for some reason that Discovery Island isn't just an abandoned Disney attraction, but that there are still animals on the island.
So he's going to see these animals, rescue them.
Yeah, but not any animals.
Alligators.
Well, we know there's alligators. He believes that there is a secret government laboratory on the island.
Okay, cool. This is great.
Yeah, and that's really why it closed, is because the government's using the island to conduct secret research on animal-robot hybrids.
Animal-robot hybrids.
Yeah.
Like Rocket.
Exactly.
Oh,
Like
okay.
the trash panda.
Yeah,
Is that what they call him in Guardians?
I think that's what they call him. Anyway, okay. I get it.
And so he not only wants to explore the island, he wants to find the secret underground
Good for him.
government laboratory.
Seems like the government could have better resources than that. But, let's see.
mean,
Maybe he finds something.
That's probably why Disney's got, so much money and freedom to do whatever they want.
Yeah. The government.
Because they're hosting
The secret lab.
secret animal robot labs.
For sure.
Obviously.
I
mean, you'd be dumb not to think
if we catch the raccoon, that's at large still, by the way.
Yeah.
I think we should try to make a rocket out of him.
Okay. I'm not going to touch it.
Lincoln actually really wants to make it into a pelt.
Oh.
And actually one of our youth, she has a pelt, a raccoon pelt. And I was like, if Lincoln knew that, he would think that she was the coolest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. Keep going.
Scary little animals.
Yeah. They're cute though.
They're cute until they kill your chickens. So I don't know. I'm not actually 100% sure what he thought was on that island, but he definitely did think they were hiding something.
Okay.
Whether it be, whether he really thought there was a secret, and there is talk about it, that's what he thought. I don't know if he really thought that or not. Or if he did also believe, though, that maybe they just had abandoned a bunch of these animals on the island as well. So again, the year was 2020. Now, Ethne, I want you to dig way deep in that memory of yours.
COVID.
Okay, good. I was like, I feel like there was something in 2020 that happened.
Yeah, that wasn't hard.
Okay, good. You remember that. Because they had like the murder hornets, and I just couldn't remember what that other thing was.
Yeah, it's the whole thing that took over our whole lives for a long time.
COVID, that's right.
Yeah.
What happened with COVID? I can't remember.
We don't even want to go down that road.
Was Disneyland open?
No.
No, okay. Things were closed.
I mean, maybe in Florida it was open, or Florida was awesome, by the way, during all that.
It was closed.
It was closed. Okay.
So, so he decided in 2020 this would be the time to do it because there was no one there. And this is really like the only good part of his plan. That was pretty smart timing. And that's about where the end of the good plan.
I actually kind of love. He's like, oh, everything's shut down. I might as well go.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people thought that.
I don't know.
Okay. Anyway.
Sneak onto an abandoned Disney island.
Or any resort. I mean, like, oh, the parks are closed. Let's sneak in.
Yeah.
Like.
We snuck onto a Disney resort once. Remember
that? Should I remember this?
It wasn't a theme park. We snuck into the water park at the Aulani Hotel in Hawaii.
Woo. Yeah. Such rebels. We just wanted to check it out to see if we wanted to be DVC club members. That's really all.
Well, yeah.
So it's not like we're doing anything. We didn't act like we were, like we didn't partake in their food or do anything that we shouldn't have. We were just looking around.
Right. I did take a picture with Hawaiian Mickey.
Okay. All right. But I mean, either way, we weren't like, let's pretend and eat all their food or, act like we're a guest.
So they
there.
don't give you free food. Still costs like $75 for a hamburger.
That's true.
If they had given me free food.
Maybe you would have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's from Alabama. So he loads up his van. What kind of van does he have? A big old full size, one of those vans.
That one.
That one. He straps a kayak to the roof because he doesn't want to swim because he knows, because he's a swamp person, about alligators.
I have this strange feeling that a kayak isn't big enough because those things can freaking jump.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, keep going.
How do you know this?
Because I've been on an alligator tour and I saw them with the meat dangling and then they
freaky.
jumped. Yeah. Woof.
We went to Florida. We rode around on a fan boat in the Everglades.
It was awesome.
It was really cool. And those alligators were impressive, to say the least.
Scary. Okay, so he brought his kayak.
So he brought his kayak.
Yep.
April 27th, 2020.
Oh, like right after the shutdown. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Okay, keep going.
And again, like I said, it's Disney World's not a park. Magic Kingdom is a park in Disney World. Like it's just this big, vast. You could drive into the land that Disney owns without ever stepping foot into a park or paying money to go in, right? And so he films, like he shows you on his YouTube channel. He's just driving around parking lots. He's driving around everywhere. There ain't a soul to be seen. Except somewhere there's somebody, because he parks his van and decides he's going to walk down to the shore and kind of scope stuff out. And when he gets back to his van, someone has stolen his kayak.
Poor guy.
Yeah. But there's not a single person anywhere, except for that one guy
That's stole
who stole his kayak.
That's hilarious and terrible at the same time. Like,
Yeah. Who steals a kayak?
who steals anything? Just don't steal people's stuff, okay?
Especially kayaks.
I mean, but
It's a
anything.
man's boat.
Just anything. Just don't steal it.
It's true in general. Don't steal. Don't be that person. So he's kind of bummed because now he doesn't have a kayak to get out to Discovery Island. And so on his way back to his hotel, he stops at the one place any person would stop on your way back to your hotel, and that's 7-Eleven.
Yep.
Get a Slurpee, and maybe get some kind of spicy hot dog.
Gross. If you're in Canada, you get 5-cent candies.
Yes.
All right.
So, but while he's there, he ends up solving one of his problems.
He buys another kayak.
Well, he doesn't buy a kayak, but he finds a guy with a crappy aluminum boat. And he buys the guy's aluminum boat.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
At 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven parking lot.
Oh, this is great.
Get some gummy worms and a new boat.
Yep. Slurpee.
And a Slurpee.
Yeah.
He's back in business just like that.
All right. He's
He's
ready.
ready to go.
Yep.
So 2 days later, he's officially ready to start his mission. Now, others have, like I said, have explored the island. You can go and you can YouTube them and find them. Most of them cross the lake at the most southern point of the island. And from there, you actually have to go into the abandoned water park that I was telling you about. It's called River Country. And those guys just swam like the 350 feet across to Discovery Island.
Okay. I would never do this. Never.
No. Why?
Because of alligators.
Because the alligators. Yeah, I don't want to get eaten by an alligator either.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not really one for breaking and entering. Like, it's just not in my DNA. Which is why I don't urban explore myself. We have so many, not so many, but like 2 or 3 huge abandoned factories right by us.
That if it was in your DNA, I don't know if
because
I'd
I
let
go
you
by
anyway.
them all the time, and I'm always like checking them out and stuff. But from the other side of the fence, because I'm like, there's no way I'm going in there. But they're really cool looking from afar. So now Richard, he wasn't planning on swimming. He had this boat, right? And it's much harder to carry your boat through an abandoned water park. than yourself. And so
I would love to see this though. Like it'd be like a fly on the wall, like watching him.
Well, you're going to see something pretty dang similar.
Drag the boat through the abandoned theme park. This is great. Okay.
So again, to avoid detection of Disney personnel, he parks a little ways away in a residential area. Mm-hmm. Well, he goes in a residential area and then he parks like off like a dirt road in the woods off there. But he parks on a neighboring lake called Lake Mabel. Now, Ethne, do you see any problems with taking your boat to a neighboring lake?
He's on the wrong lake?
Yeah. So by definition, the two lakes don't touch each other. Because if they touch each other, then they would be the same lake.
Okay, I don't understand. So he thinks this is Discovery Lake?
Nope. I just think he thinks this is a good place to hide his van and start his adventure.
But he doesn't put his boat in that neighboring lake water.
Doesn't.
Oh, good.
He drags the boat 2 miles through the swamp to the correct lake.
I like this guy.
Dude, he's doing it, man.
I mean, he's keeping himself busy during COVID, so
that's true.
I like him.
I didn't do this much stuff during COVID.
Wait, what are you talking about? We built a whole fence, and anyway, okay, keep going. This is great.
Yeah. So he gets there, he gets out, lets it get dark, throws his gear in his boat, and you do what you do with any boat. You drag it through the woods. You don't get it in the boat. You just carry it or drag it because it's an aluminum boat. It's heavy.
Yeah.
So he drags it for about 2 miles through the swampy forests to get to the right lake.
All right.
But he does this on purpose. Now, while dragging his boat, he comes across his first main problem besides his own plan. And that is he comes upon a trail cam. So this, where he's dragging is kind of like, it's in the swampiness, but it's like this small kind of clearing for power lines, I believe. And so I don't know whose trail cam it is. If it's just like some neighbor who put him up to see what's walking around out there, or if it's the city, or
right.
Someone's got a trail cam. And it's hilarious when he finds it. Because he talks like he's James Bond on the most important mission ever. Like, oh my goodness, there's a trail cam. I've got to hide over here, you know. And it's just so over the top.
Oh, okay. I like this guy. Okay, keep going.
Yeah, you should watch his videos. Probably would like him.
Okay.
So he, I don't know what he puts over it, but he puts something over the lens, you know.
Good for him. Mm-hmm.
To not get caught.
Heaven forbid.
And then he keeps going with his boat, dragging it along. And how long did it take you to drag a aluminum boat 2 miles through the woods?
But like swampy woods, I'm going to say like 30 plus minutes. Like between 30 and 40?
Yeah. I mean, the plus is right. It took about 3 hours.
Whoa.
But look at all that cardio. He's burning calories, man.
Okay. 3 hours. All right. I like this. Okay, keep going.
Gets to a barbed wire fence, as one does, as you hit Disney property. It's hard to get your boat through the barbed wire.
It's tricky. Does he cut it down? Did he bring like wire cutters? Or?
No, he actually lifts the boat, kind of tosses it over the barbed wire.
Okay. That doesn't break the boat?
Well, maybe.
Okay.
The boat's going to come back and play a part of this story. So, after 3 hours, he's finally over the boat, or over the fence, through the woods. He's on the lake. Bay Lake. I believe it's called Bay Lake.
Okay.
And still dark. Thank goodness. And so, now because he didn't come from the bottom, that was like 350 feet or so from shore, he's coming from the east side of the island, which is about a 1,500 foot.
Much further.
Mm-hmm. And not like a huge amount of distance, but about 4 times as far.
Right.
Of being out in the open water. So he starts in his boat. He's going across. And this is where I'm just going to throw a little piece of advice to anyone out there. If you need a cheap boat in a pinch, maybe try like Walmart and not the 7-Eleven parking lot.
Did it just start sinking?
Definitely has some holes.
Oh gosh.
And
I mean,
so-
maybe it's from him dragging it for 3 hours.
It could be, yeah. And throwing it over a fence.
Yeah.
But it definitely is taking on water about as fast as... He reminds me of our buddy Donald Crowhurst. Remember him from a few weeks ago?
Yeah.
His boat also took on a lot of water.
That's true. Okay.
So he does make it to the island, unseen,
Wow.
and above the surface of the water.
Barely.
Barely.
The motor's still somehow pushing him?
Yep. He's not real pumped, not real pleased with his purchase. But
all of his stuff would be wet.
well, he doesn't have a whole lot of stuff.
Okay.
But you're very right. It is wet. So once he gets on the island, he pulls his boat up, kind of hides it in the reeds a little bit or whatever, you know.
He's planning to spend the night here?
I believe he's
Okay.
planning on spending a week here or so.
Oh my gosh.
10 days.
Where do you sleep?
Well, one, hopefully in the military lab somewhere.
Oh, for sure. But I mean, really, if he had brought sleeping gear, it's soaking wet now.
Yeah, I don't know if he brought sleeping gear.
This guy is amazing. Okay. All right. I'm ready.
But he,
I'm ready.
I mean, there are a lot of abandoned buildings on the island.
Sure. So he's just going to sleep
It's like
in.
going to Jurassic Park without the dinosaurs.
Sure, but you're just going to pick one and sleep in it?
Yep.
And you're not scared of any of the things that are happening. You've never been here before.
He's a swamp person.
Okay, perfect.
He could fight him, man.
Okay. Okay, so he gets there.
So he gets there. He finds a nice building, you know, it looks promising.
Goes to bed.
He starts a little fire in the building.
In the building?
Yeah.
Okay. But on the ground?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kicks his shoes off, you know, got to dry him off a little bit.
Yeah.
And prepares for, he gets a little rest before the sun comes up.
All right. Good
He's
for
got
him.
work to do.
Yeah. Okay.
He's got a big thing to expose.
Okay. I'm ready. Ready to be here. I want to know what he finds.
What do you think he finds? Where do you think the story's going?
I don't know. I'm waiting. You're taking too long.
That's no fun.
I know. I'm like excited, but like, okay, what did this guy find? I'm not really. I'm just anxious.
Yeah. So intriguing, huh?
Like, is he gonna get caught? Are there other people on the island? Is there? I just want to know.
It's like North Sentinel Island.
Yeah. Is he
There's
gonna get killed?
Local tribesmen
Yeah.
are very hostile.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, so he goes around and like that, at least 3 other groups of people have been on the island. They've documented lots of abandoned buildings. No animals. Nothing too wild. And he finds essentially the same thing.
Okay.
You know, he's roaming around for a few hours.
No, he's probably thinking like a week is way too long to be out here.
No, he is intense. He is
Okay.
gonna find all the things that there is to find.
All right.
But he doesn't find any animals or secret labs or anything like that. So he just kind of films some of the stuff, and he goes out into one of the main walkways. He turns, and boop, this bright light flashes.
Oh, like a camera.
He is on a trail cam.
Oh gosh.
He didn't last very long on the island before being seen. Now, I was generally curious about this. If you snuck onto Disney's abandoned island and they catch you on a camera, what do you think the response is? Do you think like alarms start going off? Think it's all silent? Do you think anyone's even really watching?
I bet you it triggers something somewhere.
Does it go
And
straight to like the police department?
I wonder if they have a contract with the police. I mean, most alarms, if it sets off an alarm, they're contracted with like a company, right?
Yeah.
I would imagine that's what Disney would do, but I don't know. I mean, just like an alarm checking company and then maybe partnered with the police or something.
So if you were Richard, what would you do at this point? Like, so let me say, no
If I
alarms
was-
go off. Like,
Right.
There's nothing audibly happening.
Oh,
on the
sure.
island.
Like a silent alarm. They're not going to set anything off. I would think,
Do you think, I should just lay low for a minute? Do you
yeah. I mean, I don't know
think
if
like,
he thinks
oh,
like
nothing's
going to happen.
Right.
Or maybe like, oh, maybe I should, kind of do a few more things and then leave. Like not,
Right.
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
So he decides to go back and gather his gear. He's a little flustered by it. You can tell like, oh, He talks about, I've seen 2 of these, but this one got me first, man. They've seen me or something like that, you know.
He should be wearing a balaclava.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Actually, he kind of does have like a ski mask. Not a ski mask, but like a neck warmer kind of thing.
Yeah. Balaclavas are better.
Well, it's a little warm probably in Florida.
They still work better for covering your identity. That's all I'm saying.
True.
Doesn't mean they're not hot.
Do you remember the first time? I remember the first time when masks were first starting to be the thing in COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And like going to a store, and I saw these guys that were like, I don't know how to describe them. I'm going to say goth, but they weren't like goth, but they were very rugged looking, a lot of black. And then they had like these big scary masks on. I was like, man, this would not fly like 2 months ago. If someone came in a store wearing this thing.
Yeah.
And now it's just like, oh, everyone's gets to
Be weird.
be weird.
Yeah. I do remember this. Remember many things about this.
He just had kind of a normal neck warmer thing on.
Okay. So what did he do?
So he decides to head back to his camp. He's like, I'll gather my stuff, kind of see what happens. Disney does not mess around.
Oh.
Like, I don't think there was a lot of security on this island up until other YouTubers started going there and posting videos. And then
Disney.
they started putting more things on there, right?
Right.
They instantly.
Where did a boat even, like, would they have a boat just sitting and waiting?
Oh, yeah. Well, you got to remember, too. So, I've only ever been to Disney World once. We went once. Do you remember going with me?
I do.
Oh, cool. Okay, good. You were looking at me kind of like...
Was I?
No.
Oh.
So, we went once, and it was such a whirlwind of a trip. It was really short and really late. And
We were at a conference.
yeah.
And so we didn't have much time, and we were trying to jam in.
A little bit here and there.
Yeah.
But... So it's all built on these lakes, these swamps. There's hotels everywhere. And to get to the parks, you can take the tram or you can take the car, but there's boats going all over the place to take you around. I have no idea why I brought this up. I can't remember what we were talking about.
Well, I was just saying, did the boats come right away? Do they have a boat sitting there on the lake?
They have docks everywhere. They have security boats everywhere.
But if it's abandoned and no one's using it, it seems weird to use your resources there. So it surprises me, I guess, that there's still a boat on that water if it's, been closed down for...
Well, there's other things on Discovery Lake.
Oh.
It's right by the Grand Polynesian Hotel.
Oh,
and it's
okay.
right by, there's a campground, and Magic Kingdom's right there.
Okay.
Yeah. So they use the water all the time. They just don't go to this particular island in the water. But Disney is constantly
using water.
The lake.
Gotcha. Yeah. I didn't realize that.
Yeah. And so there is a crew on a boat instantly. There is a call to the Orange County Sheriff Department instantly. There are a dozen sheriff or deputies or whatever, police officers on that island instantly.
Wow.
Before he can even get back to his boat, if he wanted to make an escape, there is a helicopter circling overhead.
Wow.
Informing him, we have found your boat. We have your boat.
Well, he's a good thing I don't want my boat.
Yeah, that thing's a piece of crap. You can have it. Give me a ride off here. No. And so, yeah, they, cops, guns drawn, going building to building.
Gosh.
Yeah. So if you want to break into Disney property, the mouse does not mess around.
No kidding. So did he get charged with something like trust? I don't know if that's a charge or...
Well, they got to catch him first.
Oh, he's not going to try to escape.
He decides, okay.
Oh my gosh. This guy is...
He says, I'm going to hide. And if I hide long enough, maybe they'll think I swam off and they'll just leave.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
that's what I would think.
Yeah. But anyone would think.
I'd probably just start crying and be like, I'm so dumb. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You just play dumb. Like, oh, it's fishing. I didn't even know this was like a Disney thing.
Yeah. Without fishing gear. I was fishing.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Okay.
I'm from Alabama. I just use this.
I love this guy. This guy's Just a piece of work. Okay, so he hides.
Yeah, he goes.
Did he find the lab when he was trying to find a hiding spot?
No.
Oh, okay.
He didn't.
Darn it. Okay, so he hides.
He hides. He lays in the ground. He covers himself with leaves and brush.
Okay.
And he lays there. And again,
how big is this island?
That's a good question. I really don't know how
Okay.
big it is. I mean, you can see it on a map.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's not big.
Not big.
It's
Okay.
not big.
All right. So he's hiding in the bushes with the leaves and he's covered up.
And that's where he lays for like 4 hours.
I would just take a little nap.
And the whole time he's like filming himself. And he's so funny. He's great. Like he really is just, I want him to be my best friend.
Do you like Bear Grylls?
No. No, not really.
Okay.
So
Just your face is hilarious.
thank you. That's a compliment, right?
Well, just in trying to describe this man, it's like maybe you can't really describe him. Your face is saying it all.
You gotta be on video.
Yeah.
But there's just one video he has where he's talking about he can see these 3 cops, and 2 of them are in green rain jackets. It's not rainy. It's hot, really hot. And one of them's in an orange rain jacket. And he's sitting there like, I can see them. I can see them in their green jackets. And one of them's in an orange jacket. There ain't nobody in an orange jacket that's going to find me. Like, it's just great.
Okay. Okay. Does he get found?
He doesn't actually.
That's awesome.
So it's about 4 hours, and he can hear him moving around, and he can hear him talking, and he finally decides he's like dying of thirst because it's hot, and he's in long sleeve stuff, and he says, he's got to get off this island, and so he is great. He sneaks off to shore, where apparently no one is. And he decides he's going to make himself a flotation device.
Ooh, he has time for that?
Well, when he said that, I really thought, like, I don't know what that means.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Like, oh, you're going to build a raft and then not get seen?
This guy is the best.
Still daytime.
Okay.
But no, he does not mean a raft. He is going to find all of the plastic bottles he can find, fill them with air from his lungs.
Aren't they already full of air?
Well, a lot of them are kind of like crinkled.
He's gonna...
So, blow on them, blow it up.
Yeah.
And fill his backpack full of these. And then his plan is to swim. And I guess the backpack acts as a flotation device.
Can he not swim on his own?
Generally, I've never sank when I've swam, so I don't know the logic here. Either way, it didn't work very well, surprisingly.
Okay.
But he makes a break for it, and he swims. I'm trying to see if I wrote down how long his swim was. No. But you have to remember, there was a kid that literally... Oh, yeah, there's this one part here. It's great. Before he goes for his swim. So this whole time, he's documenting himself, right?
Like he's on making a webcam or
just on his phone. Like he's recording videos to post on YouTube. And there's this great video that he's sitting there by the shore. And remember, he's a swamp person. He's into gators and whatever. And I live as far from the swamp as you can, so maybe this is a normal thing. But he's talking about how these cops have been going around in boats all day, and they're stirring up the waters, and he can smell the pheromones of a big gator.
He says that?
Yeah. But he's got to swim, because there's no other option.
The pheromones?
Of a big gator.
Of a big gator.
That's right.
That's so nasty.
It's great, man. It is great.
Okay.
And anyway, he jumps in, he swims. And he swims, and he swims, and he swims, and he swims, and he swims.
Does he see a gator?
No.
What?
The sun sets, and he actually makes it without getting caught.
What?
Yeah.
He makes it off the island and doesn't get caught.
he makes it back to to the shore where he left.
What?
And he is so ecstatic. He's still filming himself, like, 'cause he films himself all the time. And he's just like, no one's going to believe the story that I've had, like, this is crazy. So he calls up his girlfriend.
He has a girlfriend?
Yeah, man.
Of course.
Why wouldn't you?
I mean, he's so famous.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got a YouTube channel.
Okay. All right.
Probably got like 5 girlfriends.
Perfect.
No, so he calls up his girlfriend. He's like, babe, I made it. You're not going to believe it. And she's like, oh, that's great. But the cops are here and they're waiting for you. He's like, wait, what? And the look on his face. What?
They probably just let him get away.
Yeah, there probably is a waste of our gas money. Just let him swim. Maybe he'll get eaten by an alligator.
Okay.
And so they give him his boat back.
I mean, who wants the
The
boat?
cops don't want the boat.
Nobody wants that boat.
And they do arrest him for trespassing.
Poor guy.
Yeah. He was facing like a whole bunch of years in jail.
For
potentially.
trespassing?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But he pled down to $100 fine
Wow.
and a lifetime ban from Disney.
Like all things Disney?
All things Disney. Yeah, that's sad.
I mean, that's sad a little bit.
Yeah. There's a few other people I like to follow. There's a really good YouTube guy named, what's his name? I'm trying to give you a free plug, guy. What is your name?
Is he urban?
Yeah, he does lots of cool stuff. Something the Woo. Man, I can't think. Anyways,
I don't know. I don't watch any of these things.
He snuck into some behind the scenes stuff at Disney a few years back. But like active parks, he would just kind of like slip into like, oh, where's this door go? And oh man, his name that's driving me nuts.
It's okay.
Adam the Woo.
Adam the Woo. Okay.
Cool guy. I've never met him, but I think that's it. Anywho, he got a lifetime ban from Disney, but after a couple years, I believe they rescinded it.
Oh.
For good behavior. I don't know why.
For good behavior.
So,
Oh,
anyways, that story is way less historical or deep or dark than a lot of them we cover. But I mean, I just really thought it was fun. Like, you should go watch this dude's videos.
That guy he's got a big heart.
Yeah. Yeah, it was funny. They're good videos.
Gosh.
But yeah, there is a few abandoned things over there in Disney World. And there are quite a few people who
like to explore them.
Uh-huh.
But I would assume that Disney has more of these trail cams and webcams and stuff, like as they're realizing people are wanting to discover them. And maybe it'll motivate them to make them not be abandoned anymore. So.
Yeah. There was I can't remember their names either. There were 2 guys who both worked for Disney, I believe. And we're talking like early 90s, like way like handheld camcorders, way before the internet explosion and stuff. And if I remember right, they both stopped working, but they would go on rides and then jump off the rides and then just walk around and film for hours all the ins and outs of, the dark rides and stuff at Disneyland. They would hang out. They would.
I feel like that couldn't be a thing nowadays.
So nowadays with cameras and the internet, yeah. But their videos, hard to watch just because the definition's so poor compared to, we're so spoiled. We're even going back and watching things from like 2000, like, oh my goodness, this looks so terrible.
That's true.
But really fascinating and cool.
Yeah. Did they get banned for life too?
Probably.
Probably.
I know one of them, I think, wrote a book about it.
Huh.
I don't know.
Interesting.
The jumble of things in my brain.
Yeah, that's okay.
But
well, way to go, Mr. Swampman.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least he can say whether they let him kind of escape or not. He escaped.
It would be funny to talk to the cops. Like, oh yeah, we knew he was right there in the bushes for like 2 hours, man.
We just like
We were just having lunch. We were doing. Yeah,
I know it would be funny.
we just wanted to see what he was gonna do.
We just wanted to let him, have
We're
this
like, there's no way he's gonna swim.
big building confidence and stuff.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh my goodness, he's gonna swim. But let's watch what happens.
Yeah.
They're probably like patrolling behind him the whole time.
Oh gosh. Well, that's pretty funny. He sounds like a person you'd want to spend a day with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think we'd be good friends.
Yeah. Well, let's not hope. Like,
I know.
not that it's too close. Let's hope not.
I could take him Bigfoot hunting.
Let's hope that it's not too close of friends. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but that's a good one. It's funny.
That was funny.
Yeah.
So we have one more in September, and then
They get spookier.
I already have all of October's, not written but planned out. Yes, all of October will be I'll just say Halloween themed. They're not going to be inherently scary or anything. They're just going to be more of, in that ballpark.
Ooh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
You know me and my scary stuff. I love it.
You love it so much. Also, the podcast is now up on YouTube. There's no video. It's just the audio. But if that's another platform that if that's better for you, or if you know other people that's better for them, it is going to be up on YouTube now. So, yeah, I think that's it for tonight. You got anything else, Anthony?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Okay. Well, maybe
we'll have some good Vegas stories.
Yeah, we're off to Vegas on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be exciting for a week. We have a conference down there. Maybe we'll do something Vegas-y next week.
That would be fun.
Vegas story.
Like the cyber attack?
Like that or something else. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
If you need to get a hold of us, you can email us at strangestspecies@gmail.com or go to the Facebook page. Or if you can leave comments on YouTube. So that's another way to do it too. Hope everyone has a wonderful week, and we will be back next week with another crazy story of strange humans. And with that, we are out. Good night.
Good night.